Hello. To be effective in life, we must figure out how we work in the world and make the best of the lives that we have. A lot of us have a habit of comparing ourselves to others. This is a great way to waste energy and to practice feeling bad about ourselves, to feel not good enough. We look at other people's lives on social media and see how much fun they're having, thinking about, well, my life's not that exciting. I'm not that happy all the time. And then we feel bad. Sometimes we forget that on social media, when we look at other people's profiles and we're looking at everyone else's highlight reel, a few select moments, the best moments of their lives. And then we can end up comparing that to our real life, which includes ups and downs and moments of joy and sorrow and moments of boredom. And it does make us feel bad about our lives and ourselves. You know, a highlight reel versus real life, of course, is not a fair comparison. It doesn't do you or anyone in your life any good to practice feeling bad about yourself. As Teddy Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of joy. Maybe you're in a group and you're feeling anxious and you look out to the other people that are around you and you might think, man, they all look so confident. I should be more like them. But we don't really know what they're feeling inside and what their struggles are. Sometimes I think about it like ducks on a pond. If I was a duck on a pond, my legs would be moving like crazy. But on top, things are still, and I know my legs are moving, but I look out on all the other ducks and they look so calm and peaceful and confident that I forget that underneath the water, their legs are also moving like crazy. And so that comparison sometimes leads us to question ourselves and think we should be different than we are. So instead of wasting energy or time comparing ourselves to others, to make the best life we can, we need to practice figuring out how we work best in the world, to spend our energy observing our thoughts and feelings and behaviors and learning from our mistakes by observing ourselves and figuring out what we could do differently next time when we make a mistake. And also celebrating our successes and putting energy into doing those things more often. Instead of comparing ourselves and feeling bad, one thing you can do is practice noticing the behaviors that other people have that you might want to practice. So for example, maybe I notice that my friend is really great at asserting herself with others. And instead of feeling bad about myself when I notice that, I can admire my friend's ability and then kind of notice, well, what are the behaviors? What are some of the specific things that she's doing that I might want to try to practice doing? So maybe I could be more assertive. So if you do have the unhelpful habit of comparison, one of the skills you might want to work on increasing is the skill of being able to observe and learn instead of compare and despair. So there are 3 steps to this skill. The first step, just noticing that you're comparing yourself to someone else in a way that makes you feel bad about yourself. And then when you notice that, second step is tell yourself, good job noticing. Don't get upset with yourself for what you notice. That'll take energy away from changing it. But celebrate the fact that you are trying to change and grow and that you're owning things that you need to work on. So good job noticing. And then the third step, thinking about shifting your perspective. Instead of looking at it in a way that makes you feel bad, one thing you can think about is you can ask yourself, what are a few of the behaviors that person is doing that maybe I might want to practice doing? You know, what can I learn from them? Another way that you can look at it once you notice you're doing comparisons is to stop and focus on your highlight reel. Ask yourself, what are some of the things that I've done lately that I've enjoyed? What are some of the things I like about myself? What are some of the things I'm grateful for? What are some of the things that I want to put energy into? And the third option, when you notice you're comparing, maybe just to notice and say to yourself, oh, unhelpful comparison, and imagine throwing that in the imaginary trash, and then focus your energy and intention on participating in your life and putting energy in the things that you want to do and the things that are around you. Well, I hope that this information is helpful. Thank you.